Hey everyone, this is Mukesh Otwani once again from learn-automation.com. Today in this video, we will be talking about a very interesting concept of TestRigor called rules. To be more precise, we'll talk about reusable rules in TestRigor. So throughout the video, we'll talk about what is rules, how do we create rules, and how we can replace the existing test with rules. Why do we actually need it, and how it can help you to reduce the maintenance cost. Okay. Now, before we jump into actual part, so previously we have covered many videos with TestRigor, like how you can get started, how you can create your UI test, how you can do the API testing, how you can actually do the data-driven testing. And we have also discussed how you can perform mobile testing using TestRigor. So if you're new to this channel, if you are new to TestRigor, I would highly recommend you to watch this series. I will give you all the links in the description of this video. That will give you a clear idea what are the capabilities and features of TestRigor have and how you can use it. So if you are completely new to TestRigor, you just need to create an account and you can start using TestRigor. So TestRigor is a generative AI based test automation tools which can actually automate web, API, mobile, desktop application, mainframe applications with the help of AI. So either you can use statement like purchase a Kindle, log into applications, or you can write the steps in plain English and it can automate your applications. So in case if you don't have an account, I will give you a link in the description. You can create an account and you can start using TestRigor. And if you have a specific POC, you want to explore, you want to have a quick call with them. So book a call with them. It's a free call. Talk about your requirement and see how you can use generative AI tools in your current organization. So let's start. The moment you create your first test suite, for example, the moment you create your account, this is the screen you will be getting. You can create a new test suite. You just need to select test suite name. You can give any name. You can select desktop, web, native and hybrid mobile application, desktop applications, and provide the URL. If you have any credentials, pass the credentials. Otherwise, select which OS you want to use. I'm using Ubuntu, but let's say if you want to go with Windows, Mac, you can select which browser, number of test cases to be generated using AI, and you can start. So I already have existing test suite. So I will use one of the previous test suites. This is freelance application. For this particular example, I'm using this application, but feel free to use your own application because the concept will remain same. You can use reusable rules in any application. So first, let me talk about what exactly is rules or reusable rules. Okay, so let's go to their documentation. If you open their official documentation, you can see we have reusable rules, or you can say subroutine. What is rules? If you have sequence of steps that you want to perform very often, you can save all these steps as a reusable rule and you can use them in your test cases. Whether you're creating a new test cases or if you have existing test cases, you can replace them, which I will show you today. So let's talk about first what is rules. Now imagine I have an application and I have series of steps to perform. Okay, for example, I have to log into application, do some maybe add to cart activities, do some search, maybe do some more activities, and then I have to perform logout. Let's take one more scenario. Again, I have another test. Again, I have to go through all the login scenarios and I have to perform logout scenarios. And in between, I have few more. Like this, you might have multiple test cases, which includes some steps, which is common across all the test cases. So to reduce the maintenance cost, to reduce the maintenance activity, what we can do, we can create something called rules. Now let's say I'm going to create one rule called login. Now this rule will be common. Obviously, you can use this rule in this test cases. You can also use this login in this test cases. For example, these three steps is common. So instead of writing again and again, you can create a rule which is called login. So whenever you write a new test case, instead of writing all the steps, just use this rule called login. You can give any name, login to application with admin or so on. In the same way, let's say these three steps are common in all the test cases. So instead of writing again and again, I can go ahead and create one more rule called logout. And I can simply use these rules in all the test cases. I can use it here. I can use it here. The advantage is, let's say tomorrow your application is going through major change and the login steps are getting changed, or the logout steps, or whatever rules you created. Instead of changing the test cases, you will go and update the rules, right? Now, if you're coming from a programming background, you can understand this like a methods. Suppose I created multiple methods and I can use all these methods in my class. For example, I want to use this method here, I want to use this method here, and so on. So tomorrow, if other test cases need this functionality, they can simply reuse these methods. In the same way, we are going to create certain rules, or you can say subroutine, where we will write all the steps which is widely used in all the test cases, and we'll start using them. So you will get more clarity once you watch this full video. Now, take example of login. If you create one custom rule, a reusable rule, you can use that rule in every test case. And let's take one more example. These 6 steps are common. So instead of writing them again, you can create a rule and you can call that rule called go to checkout page. Interesting part, they also have built-in reusable rules. For example, sign up with email confirmation, sign up, login with email OTP, log out, pick from the date picker, pick date from and to, purchase, search. These are the built-in rules. If you want, you can directly use these rules, or you can create your custom rules. And another interesting fact, they have multiple reusable rules for Salesforce. Let's say you're automating a Salesforce application. Most of the things can be done with the help of built-in rules. For example, navigating to this particular object using app launcher, create a new object, edit list item, delete list item, change owner name, search this list. So this can be great help if you want to use existing rule, or you can create your own rules. So in this example, I will show you how to create your own rules. So in order to show you this, these are the 2 existing test cases I have. One is creating new user using data-driven test, which we already did in previous videos. And this is creating new user. Now let's say I want to log into this application. And then I want to create a rule for this login so that I can use in all the test cases. So let's write some steps first. I'm going to create one test. I will say add new test. And I will say login to application. And now I can write the steps. So if you see this application, I don't have to worry about locator. I can use this placeholder. So I can just directly say enter whatever username into this enter name field. So go back, type here. The moment you type en, you can see list of auto suggestions, and I can use this. Enter text. I want to enter admin @123. For which element? I want to use this element, which is enter email. So use enter email. So enter this particular data into this particular field. In the same way, I can also use enter password. So I will say enter password the username is admin@email.com and the password is admin@123 into enter password. Right? Now I have to click on this sign in button. So I will go back and again I will just say click. Now this is a normal click, but let's say if you want to have click above some element, below some element, roughly above, you can use all of this. For us, it's click where? Sign in. So click sign in. And now the moment I log into this application, you will see one welcome message. Welcome admin manager to learn automation courses. I want to quickly check that if I'm able to log in successfully, I should get this welcome message, right? So I will also verify this. So you can again write check. You can see we have multiple ways to verify. I can say check that page contains particular element above, below, roughly. As of now, I will check the page contains welcome. So this is our first test where I have added 4 steps, which is basically performing the login operation. Now I will click on add and run, and let's see whether these 4 steps are running fine or not. So it is running, opening the first page, and within few seconds, you will see the output. So as of now, no result because still running. And now you can see it has performed. So you can see right now it executed on Ubuntu Chrome, and this is the first screen where it did open the URL. Then it entered username, password, it clicked on sign in, it is highlighting. And if you see the next screenshot, since we have written check, so it is highlighting in a green color, and all the steps got executed successfully. So overall test has been passed. Now let's imagine I have 100 tests, and if I have to perform the same 4 steps multiple times in all the test cases, it will be a tedious task. What we will do, we'll create a reusable for these 4 steps and we'll start using them. So what I will do, I will quickly click on quick edit. I will copy these 4 steps, close this. On the left hand side, you can see called reusable rules. Click on it. Now this is your rule section. Now you can edit rules. Right now we don't have any rules, so it says no result found. But if you have multiple rules, you can edit them. The moment you click on new rule, on the right hand side, you can say it is asking you give me the name, labels, if you want to enable AI based rules, and you can write the steps. So I will write the rule name, which is login to application. Labels, if you want to give multiple labels, you can give. I will say just one level as of now, which is login. And I can paste all the steps that we have written. Okay. Now I will quickly save this rule. So it has created this rule, which is login to application, and this is the label. Obviously, if you want to delete, you can delete the rules. And if you want to move this to a new folder, you can move it. So we also have an option called save and then find and replace step. This is a very interesting feature. Now this will basically reduce the maintenance effort. Now suppose you created a rule and these steps got identified in multiple test cases. So TestRigor can go and replace these existing test cases as well, which I will show you. So what I will do now, I will just go back to my test case. And you can see this is the test that we created, right? So I will go ahead and click on quick edit. Instead of writing these, now the moment I type L, notice this is the rule that I created and these are the built-in rules. So remember I showed you this built-in rules, but what we want to use our own rule. The moment I type the L, it is saying you can use this rule. That's all. I will say update and retest. So now it will perform all the steps, but instead of using all the steps, I just called the rule that we created. It is executing, and yes, it performed the same steps because obviously we have not changed the steps, same steps, but instead of writing all the 4 steps, I just called this rule, which is login to application. So let me show you one more scenario now. Now imagine I want to maybe create a new course. So you can see here we have an option called manage courses. And the moment I click on add new course, I can select a thumbnail, course name, description, instructor, price, start, and select a category and continue, right? So now I'm going to log in and I'm going to create a course. So I will go ahead and say create a new test and I will say verify account, or let's say user course creation. Now instead of writing, I will just say login. I will use capital L. So it says use this rule. Now I can focus more on the writing test. So now I want to click on manage, then I want to click on manage course. So let's go ahead. I will say click for which element, manage. Then I want to click on manage courses. I will come here, click manage courses. The moment I click on manage courses, now I want to click on add new course. I will say click add new course. Let me check the spellings once. Add new course. And the moment I click on add new course, now I want to continue with this page, but let's say first I want to verify whether we have thumbnail or not, because actually I want to see whether it's clicking and redirecting to the correct page or not, right? So I will say click, or let's say check that page contains what thumbnail. So I will click on add and run. Now again, it will take some time. It is opening the page, and within few seconds you will get the result. Now the quick task for all of you. Since you understood how to create rules, now I want you to complete this activity. So after this verification, I will stop. Now I want you to choose a file, enter the course name, enter the description, enter instructor, price, start, end, select category and save. After that, verify the product has been added or not. That is your task. So in this way, at least you will learn how to use TestRigor. If I go back to my test case, all has been performed. So this is our previous steps. If I go back, this is the first page. Then it did login, verified welcome. It clicked on manage. Then it clicked on manage courses. It clicked on add new course, and it verified again the thumbnail part. So all the steps has been done. Now, another interesting part, if I click on quick edit, let's say this is standard. If I have to add multiple courses, I need to again use all these 4 steps. So what I will do, I will create one more rule so that every time somebody has to create a rule, they don't have to write these steps. So go back to reusable rules again, and I will say, go to course creation section, and I will enter all these steps, and I will also add a label called course creation. Now pay attention, this is what exactly I want to show you. This time, instead of saying save, I will say save, then find and replace the steps. The moment I click on it, it identified that Mukesh, you have one test where you are using all these 4 steps. Do you want to cancel or replace? I will say replace. The moment I click on replace, it says one test case has been refactored. So I can see the rule here. Interesting part, if I go back to my test, and if I go to this edit test case, you will see it will replace. So login to application was our previous, and it has replaced with our rule that we created. And if you put mouse over, you can see all the steps. Yeah, so this is how you can create custom rules in TestRigor to save your maintenance time. In case if you want to go with built-in rules and built-in rules for Salesforce, please try and let me know if you face an issue. Take this as an activity and understand how you can use TestRigor and at least automate this page. Yeah, that's all about this video. In case if you have any custom requirement, you want to explore TestRigor, you want to do POC, please schedule a demo with them, understand how it works. And if you already have an account, you can start using it. But if you don't have, you can click on the link below, which I will give you in the description. You will be getting 15% additional off if you go through my sign up link. So please try this and let me know if you face an issue. And also let me know which is the next video that you want me to make on TestRigor. Yeah, that's all about this video, guys. Thank you so much. And I will see you in the next video. Till then, bye-bye. Take care.